Reimagining Success, episode 242. You're listening to the Reimagining Success podcast, where we help you design a business and a life that allows you freedom from the 9 to 5. I'm your host, Anna Lundberg, ex-corporate good girl, now a business mentor and coach, author, mum of 2, and I'm here to help you create more freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Now let's get started with redefining success outside of the 9 to 5. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I hope you've had a good first week in June, and I hope you joined us last week for the Business Breakthrough Challenge. If you did, I really look forward to, if you haven't already, you letting me know what your breakthrough was, what your one big takeaway was, and how you're going to implement that. And of course, if you have any final questions, you can let me know. You can still watch the recordings for the next month. And you can, in fact, download all the recordings, the materials, so you can watch them forever, which is really important. But I really hope that challenge helps you to get your next breakthrough, whatever it was that you're after. And again, I'd love to speak to you individually, as often, we're just talking out into the world and we don't know and what's happening on your side. And I love hearing from you, even if you're a little bit silent, a little bit quiet, not necessarily showing up on the lives and speaking in front of everybody. I'd love it if you let me know how you get on. How you got on, how you will get on. And today we're building on what we were looking at last week. So we looked at this big breakthrough that you needed. And you can, if you did miss the challenge, you can have a listen to last week's episode where I also summarized the key building blocks that we're looking at. But today I want to talk about something I've observed in my own experience of trying to start my business back in the day, growing it over the years, joining a lot of different courses and programs and things over the years. And I want to talk about the one thing that you so need, especially when you're a little bit further along in your business, but that's often missing. Because, and we talk about this a lot, there is so much information available now, free information and paid information, even compared to when I just started out 10 years ago in 2013. And in fact, that's why it's so hard now to stand out with your content if you're looking to build your own business. It's no longer enough just to post and write some blog articles and so on, as I think it was back then. But the amount of knowledge and information, not to mention, now ChatGPT, whatever, you can just ask the Mr. Robot, whatever his name is, her name is, their name is, for some guidance. So we're not lacking information, even answers to our questions. Right. So there's all that free information available, which is amazing. And again, we've talked about this before. It can be overwhelming, but there is all that out there, which is such a good resource to have. Then there are paid programs. And again, the number of courses in particular that I've signed up to, and probably if you're a bit further along, you will have done this too. It sounds like an amazing offer because it's only this much. If you're just starting out, maybe it's only $47, or even if it's $500 or whatever the price is for that course. And it's more information, even though it's paid. It's incredible information. Some of them, I joined a membership site years ago, and this is why the memberships in particular, I'm sort of not a big fan of. And you're not paying a lot every month, but it's just a massive library of often, unfortunately, quite generic content, especially if it's from the same kind of high level people who are doing the rounds, who are always, you've heard it before if you've joined other programs, or you've heard them on a podcast. There's John Smith talking about how you do this, and there's Jane Doe, I guess, hopefully not Jane Doe, that's the name they use when someone's dead, isn't it? Let's say Jane Jones, who was talking about something else, and you've seen it before, and it's not, first of all, you don't know where to start in there. There's no kind of pathway. If there is, it's very, very standardized. And the other thing is, okay, that's the course. Then you have a live group program. And I've been recently part of one where I'm one of a big group, which is amazing. The best thing about these group programs, by the way, as an aside, is that you're part of that community. And I've met so many people that I've had on the podcast. You can ask questions, having those peers. And that's not to be frowned upon. That's not to be, what's the expression? That's not to be, never mind. I'm sure you're shouting at me saying, Anna, this is the expression you're looking for, but there you go. That's the problem with speaking in a broadcasting medium. But it is more valuable than I might be suggesting here, and that community actually almost makes those programs worthwhile in itself, right? However, there's something missing here. There comes a point in particular when you've been in business for a while when you've got that information, you've learned it, you've read the books, you've done it, when actually, as we've talked about before as well, learning more is just a form of procrastination. You just don't want to do the scary work, or you're just kind of doing one more qualification, one more course, and then you'll be ready. But there comes a point when you don't need more of that basic teaching. You don't need another video, another membership site, another program, however much amazing stuff it sounds like, and my pet peeve is when people put like, oh, value $10,000, but now available for 97 cents or whatever, because it's completely arbitrary. A bit like Amazon saying, hey, this amazing thing is now, 90% off, and it's never actually been at that price. So that's a little bit disingenuous, but anywho. So you don't need those templates and videos and trainings and so on. What you actually need, and tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right as well, that's nice to hear, you need personal feedback. You need the advice that's tailored to your specific situation. You need support as you implement and troubleshoot, not just a one-off. We did last week the challenge, which is amazing. I hope you agree if you joined, and we'll, I'm sure, be running it again later in the year if you weren't able to join it, and providing it as a recorded session as well. But that's all well and good to do 1 week, to go on a retreat, to do a weekend. But what about the rest of the year? What about your life, right? And you really need that support as you implement and troubleshoot, above all, if things aren't going quite to plan. So, for example, some questions you might have: how is this headline that I've just written for my website? Yes, someone's given you the formula. I can give you the formula for writing sort of an elevator pitch, but then you've got a slightly different business and you're not quite sure, and how do I cover this? And I've got different strands and I'm speaking to different clients. So how is this headline? How is this bio in my Instagram? Oh, what should I say in my first proactive outreach email or message on LinkedIn? I'm connecting to people. What should I say? Should I have even a personal connection request, or should I just use a generic one on LinkedIn? I'm doing XYZ, but I'm not getting results. So what am I doing wrong? I just don't get that answer in the group program. That's not something I'm paying for, which is totally fair enough, but I desperately need it, right? Or I'm getting overwhelmed with all these things I'm being told to do. So what are the 1 or 2 or 3 things I need to be focusing on right now in my stage of my business that will really make the difference right now? Is this a realistic but still ambitious goal? I haven't hit the goal. So what do I do now? This has happened. How do I handle it, right? So all these questions come up for me in my business when I don't have a mentor who's answering my specific questions, a mastermind group or some small intimate forum when I can ask those questions. And, I've said this to clients before, when we're looking for support, it's all well and good. And my partner is amazing, has lots of great ideas and so on, but he's not necessarily in the space, which is sometimes a good thing, right? And B, I can't really expect, even a good friend or a husband or wife or child or parent or whatever it is, sister, sibling, to be there every day, every week when I need these questions, right? They're not being, paid to support me. And I guess also to some extent, and this is, if I'm being completely honest, we don't listen as much as perhaps we should do to these people, because, they don't know because they're not experts, right? So there is sort of value, great value, and I'm so grateful for the support I get, sometimes unsolicited, from people, and that's really helpful. But sometimes you just want that kind of, the mentor who's there, who has probably been there, done that, as they say, who's experimented with different things, made lots of different mistakes, and it's just having a sounding board, having, again, that kind of person who actually responds to you and tailors what they're saying to you. And I think that's the thing that's missing in all the free information that's out there, in a lot of the courses that are there, in group programs where, again, you're just a number in that group. It's amazing that, we're following these really successful people who have multi-million-dollar businesses and so on. But as we also talked about a few weeks ago, they don't necessarily remember what it was like for little old me before I reached those millions. How do I don't have a list of 20,000 people, so how do I promote this? Or I don't have super famous friends who'll have me on their big podcasts and so on, right? So that's the kind of thing that's missing in those programs. So you can stop there, because I am going to give you a little pitch now, so I'm just warning you. But if you can bear with me for a few minutes, I wanted to talk about the answer, if that is how you're feeling right now, because I certainly am. And so I want to give you what I have been missing and what I miss when I'm not getting this kind of support. And that is the Business Incubator, which I've repositioned recently and based on, I launched it for the first time in a very different format in 2018. So obviously it's been 5 years. Lots of people have gone through it. I've done more one-to-one coaching since. I've written my book. I've evolved my frameworks and so on. I also paused my other program, the Accelerator, to really make sure that each program that I have is delivering on a specific goal and for a particular target. So the Incubator is really now positioned as a mentoring program. So to solve all this that I've just been moaning and groaning about, to help you take your ideas to market. And ultimately, the end goal is to get you to earning a consistent income in your business. So by the way, as an aside, if you're already in a thriving business, you're hitting your goals every month and, financially you're at a good place, then that more advanced mentoring with one-to-one or the Accelerator would be interesting for you. So you can stop listening now if you'd like to. But if you're not yet there, if you're of course, my experienced corporate professional is always my core client that I work with. If you're looking to turn your side hustle into full-time business, you're looking to fully transition out of your career, or you have already left your job, but you're not yet hitting those goals, you want to develop this business that aligns with your lifestyle goals and values, then this program provides you with the coaching, the structure, the accountability that you need to earn a living from your expert business. So if you go to onestepoutside.com/grow, onestepoutside.com/grow, you can learn more about the program and also find the application form. Now, the reason why there's an application form is that I'm assuming that you're already at a certain level, not in terms of income or anything like that, but just that you have an idea and the basics in place so that we can focus on ongoing implementation and growth for exactly the reason that we've just been talking about. If I'm just going to spend the time teaching you some of the basics, then you're not going to get the mentoring, the feedback, the tailored support that you need to actually get the results that you're wanting. So there's an assumption that you have, hopefully, most of you will have actually completed my Business Academy. That's my self-paced course. It gives you the curriculum, the foundational curriculum effectively, that we'll be implementing together in the Incubator, along with more advanced strategies, of course, tailored to you. But I want to make sure that we all have the equivalent knowledge and understanding when you join the program. So if you go to onestepoutside.com/course, you can find the Business Academy. If you're not sure, you can always message me as well, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever we're connected, and you can ask if you need to do the academy first. Maybe you've read my book and you feel like my whole curriculum and you're all ready to go, and that will be fine too. Just need to sense check to make sure that you're at that right level. And then that's going to help you to map out your vision, your clients, your business model, and so on. So onestepoutside.com/grow is the Incubator. You can find the application form there. You are going to get that expert guidance and personal feedback that you're desperately craving, and certainly I have been, to really help you focus on the right things at the right time to get you to where you want to be. You will get access to comprehensive training materials and frameworks that will help you get crystal clear on what you want, really look at the product mix you're going to have, how you're going to reach out to and convert your ideal clients, and so on. I will develop training content as well as and when needed. That's the benefit, again, of having that live feedback. You'll get weekly structure and accountability to help you identify your priorities for each and every day, every week, stay focused, and to review your progress. And yes, you will get a supportive community, because that's so important, of other people who get it, who are going to cheer you on and share their lessons learned as well. So concretely, and this I'm sure will evolve, so if you're listening to this, later in the year or in the future, bear in mind that I'm continually tweaking and improving. But you'll get an individual kickoff call with me. Of course, we'll design your personal roadmap that's going to work for your specific goals and circumstances. You will get access to the Academy course curriculum so that you have that there to refer back to, of course. You'll get one-to-one support from me. We'll have quarterly coaching and mentoring calls, those weekly accountability check-ins. You'll be getting structured milestones and checkpoints that will hold you accountable and make sure you're progressing versus your own goals. Monthly group coaching, Q&A calls to share your progress, wins and challenges with the community. And again, as I said, there will be additional content exercises when needed. I've got my recommended tools and resources, and I'll, of course, always help you to choose the right sort of tech stack for you and those kinds of things, and recommended reading, all sorts of other things, right? So I'm really excited about this new iteration of the program. Again, onestepoutside.com/grow. It's really a unique hybrid program, I'd say, because it gives you the intimacy of that one-to-one support. You do get the training frameworks and structure that you would get in a course, And then you get the community of the group program. And this is, by now built on my experience of 10 years and more since I quit my job, building my own coaching and consultancy business, trying different business models, trying different marketing and sales strategies, working with a lot of different experts, doing a lot of different courses and things myself. And above all, and that's what's important, validated by the many members who've gone through the program, who I've coached now one-to-one, and who have successfully built their own thriving businesses since then as well. So one more time, it's the Business Incubator at onestepoutside.com/grow. If you have any questions, you'll be able to get in touch with me on the website. Of course, you can message me directly as well. But I'd love to welcome you into the program. We'd love to get a group together now as we relaunch the program. It will be really intimate, especially in the beginning. And I can assure you that's a good thing, because it means, if anything, you'll get even more support from me as the group grows and that community and network evolves as well. Really hoping you'll join us to get exactly that support and tailored feedback and personalized guidance, troubleshooting, all those things that, are unfortunately missing from a lot of the offerings that are out there. In particular, of course, if you're just relying on free information, but even unfortunately, a lot of the courses in particular and group programs, you just don't get that support. And so I hope you can really see the value of this and you'll join us in the incubator. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. There is so much incredible information out there that's going to help you build and grow your business. However, what is missing from all this is the personalized feedback, support with troubleshooting, and tailored guidance that's really designed to help you in your particular situation with your specific challenges. Introducing the Business Incubator, a mentoring program focused on exactly that: implementation, support and accountability to help experienced corporate professionals like you grow your expert business faster without sacrificing your personal life to do so. You'll get expert guidance and personal feedback to help you focus on the right things at the right time, comprehensive training materials and frameworks to support you, but above all, you will get weekly structure and accountability to help you identify your priorities, stay focused and review your progress. And you'll get a supportive community of people who get it, who are going to cheer you on and share their lessons learned. So this is a really unique hybrid program that gives you the intimacy of one-to-one support, the training, frameworks and structure of a course, and that community element of a group program. You can read more and apply now at onestepoutside.com/grow. That's onestepoutside.com/grow.